Texas Truck Works is your go-to truck customizer. From mild-to-wild lift kits, custom wheels, and steering and handling enhancements to the best personal and commercial wraps, Texas Truck Works delivers. Let Texas Truck Works founder Scott Stevens help you get the most out of your truck or Jeep. Texas Truck Works has decades of customizing experience, including power adders and complete engine swaps. Let the Texas Truck Works team design an upgrade plan that fits your budget. Get truck attitude today at TexasTruckWorks.com. This is the award-winning car talk show in real time, your weekly go-to all things automotive place. Today we are live at the Top Water Grille and Woody's Waterfront Car Show in San Leon, Texas, right there on Galveston Bay. Along with Mike Out of This World Mars, King Conrad DeLong, Jeff Zeke, and David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. Glad that you could join us today. It's a beautiful Saturday here in the Houston, Texas area, as well as down in their Galveston County, where the boys are right now. So, matter of fact, why don't we go out there right now, go to San Leon, Texas. Mr. Mars is there, and he's got a guest. Good morning, Mr. Mars.
Hey guys, how y'all doing this morning? We are out here having a big time. Got lots of iron out here to look at. Got a lot of people to talk to, including Johnny C. Now we've talked to Johnny C before, but it was in a different world, a little bit different time. So Johnny, so you're from local, you're from Santa Fe, Texas, but you do pinstriping, lettering, signs, graphics on vehicles. I've been in the automotive scene for a number of years since the late 70s, and this is a car that I built for my daughter, a 50 model Chevrolet. And some of the things we've done to it, when we got the car, it came out of Nashville. This is the original car, and we rewired the car, put an LS motor in it, put a T-Link under the rear of it with a S10 rear end, I put a Mustang 2 front end, force interior, air ride, and my daughter thought the car didn't look right without surfboards on it. So I did take wood shop in high school, so I decided to build the surfboard. Out of the blue, we decided to build a surfboard. So you built both of these? I did, yes. The one on this side of the car, the driver's side, I built first. They're hollow core boards, they're strip-built wood, there's tons of epoxy and tons of paintwork on them. I pinstriped and lettered them up. I built this one second because you said it didn't look right. We just wanted a surfboard. So I got suckered into building two of these things. That's pretty cool because I don't think the ones that they build now, the pros, they don't use them. They use balsa or something. Yeah. You can move around to the interior here. Kind of got her modest thing. She's got an old door handle for the door knob for the shifter. Kind of classy for the lady. I had a Delmo Jacinto built the wheels in California. They're built aluminum wheels with the 54 Chevrolet car hubcap. The car's original patina car. It's only had like a satin clear put on it to preserve the paint, but it's fitting all original paint. Of course, I did the work on the motor. I'll cover it with a 5-step cooling on it with a stock 5.3 truck motor. Big radiator, keep it cool. Now you did all the pinstripe. I did, yeah. But you're involved with that at Autorama as well. I put on the pinstripers panel in Autorama. It's a charitable event. I bring pinstripers in from all over the state. We get everything donated, the panels that we paint on, and pinstripe it all up, and then they auction it off for charity. And it's a great cause. You're down at the East Autorama for next year. Come see it. It's called the Pinstripers Panel. We'll be glad to have you guys there. Cool. All right, and this is your daughter? This is my daughter's car. I'm going to ask you. How old is my daughter? 25. He's old enough to appreciate it.
All right, well, we're going to cut out. Oh, there it kind of comes back. Okay, there you go.
All right. we're
Okay, well, they clearly are having some sort of technical problems down there, and so we're going to bring it back here from Woody's Water. We had hoped that we had had all of this straightened out, but sorry, we don't.
Well, it's still worth looking at the cars. It's a little struggle with the audio and
then picture freezing.
Well, when there's that many people out in San Leon, it's everybody gets on their cell phone and it struggles a little bit. But you can see he's carrying their own internet. That's his what's on the tripod right there is his own internet hotspot. So, but it's still jamming up. But still some cool cars.
All right. Well, at any rate, so I've got a little thing that I kind of put together from Haggerty. And 4 tempting personal luxury cars you can own for under $12,000.
For under $12,000.
So
these have got to be used cars.
Well, of course.
Okay.
Okay. So are the wheels turning? Start turning those wheels. This is Mecum Auctions kind of thing. So while there's some debate about when the personal luxury car came into being, it is generally agreed upon that the 58 Ford Thunderbird is the car that set the standard for all to follow. The standard being a mass-produced coupe with an emphasis on comfort and amenities over performance. That doesn't always need to ring true, though. Ask any owner of a supercharged Studebaker Avanti.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
How about a Pontiac Grand Prix SJ?
Oh, 70 model? Yeah, 455, 428.
Big boat.
Monte Carlo Ss 454.
Yeah, 70 model. That was only the 390 horse 454.
Didn't they have a bubble back glass on that?
No, but that was on the G bodies. He's talking about the original Monte Carlo SS.
Okay.
The original Monte Carlo, so that would have been 70, 71, 72.
I was working at a Chevrolet dealership when that car came into the dealership, and, man, it was the cat's meow.
Everybody wanted it. Yeah.
Well, and that was Chevrolet's version of the Grand Touring Coupe like the Grand Prix was.
Well, the one striking thing about it, you open the hood, and you could probably stand in front of the engine because the nose of the car was so long.
Mm-hmm.
Like an 8-foot hood.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, actually, and the weird things from being in the car business, the longest hood in General Motors production was a 1970 Grand Prix. It was longer than those Cadillac hoods were because the top of the hood had that nose point in it, and because of that, that was the longest hood. And that was one of the hoods. If you've ever closed the hood of one of the old GM vehicles, the way the hinges work, you want to push back before you push down so you can get the hinge to start work. Because if you just pull straight down,
you're gonna
you bend the hood.
Did it?
Oh, have you?
Yeah, absolutely.
You go out and you see so many of them that the hood's bent on because people didn't push back.
Here's
first.
one for you. How about the 73 to 75 Pontiac Grand Am?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. So that's what they call the colonnade body. That was the big Grand Am, not the little one that you know of in the 80s.
Sculpted. It was sculpted.
Right. And they actually had a GTO version of that back then. And the Grand Am, there was a Can-Am version of that Grand Am that actually had the shaker hood off of the Trans Am in it as well.
Power came from a standard 2-barrel 400 cubic inch V8. Although a 4-barrel 400 and 455 were optional. Examples today are incredibly uncommon, but are a relative bargain when you consider the wow factor of driving around in a car few remember when it was new. And driver quality cars can be had for just a touch over $10,000, although pristine cars will run you upwards into the mid-20s. But even then, can you imagine a pristine car from 73 to 75 and driving that to work?
In the 20s.
And you could get the 400 4-barrel with a 4-speed transmission back then in that big of a coupe.
Here's one for you. The 83 to 92 Lincoln Mark 7.
Oh,
yeah.
there's another boat.
Cool car.
It was.
Very sleek-looking car.
Yeah. Long hood.
And there was a period of time in there, and I put it in unicorn hunting a while back, that you could get a BMW inline six-cylinder diesel in that car.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think it was like 1 or 2 years.
Why would you want that?
I don't know. But if you want one that's collectible.
I remember you posting that. Yeah.
Collectible? I would not put that in the collectible category.
Yeah, it's collected by the record driver.
That's right.
And like record driver,
like my
know
Ford Transit is right now, right?
Yeah.
You don't get a warranty, he gets a record driver.
Oh my God. Yeah, he does. And the poor guy here.
I know Frank on a first name basis now.
Jeez. All right. So how about an 83 to 88 Ford Thunderbird Turbo Coupe?
Absolutely. Beautiful car. Mm-hmm. And that was the body style car that Dawsonville, who was the NASCAR racer.
Yeah.
Bill
Elliott.
Bill Elliott went 214 miles an hour at Talladega.
The value of that car is $7,200.
That's not a bad price.
No. By the way, that Lincoln Mark 7 that we just talked about, $4,800.
And with the diesel, it's $1,000.
Who would want that? 81 to 85 Buick Riviera T-Type.
81 to 85.
Mm-hmm. Riviera, you said?
Riviera. Front-wheel drive.
It's on the same chassis as a Tornado.
Tornado and the Eldorado.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Inconceivable to think that Buick would be interested in a performance package. However, the longitudinally mounted engine layout designed to fit the 307 cubic inch Oldsmobile V8 meant that the smaller 3.8 liter V6 had plenty of room for turbocharged activities.
I was going to say the T-Type would have been a turbo.
Yeah. So you could get the T-Type at what they call the unicorn level, selling for $22,000 in 2018.
Well,
but
I'll have to go find that and put that on unicorn hunting, because how cool a car would that be? Because they didn't make very many of them with the turbo V6.
How can the folks listening and watching get on the unicorn? How do they do that?
Just go to our Facebook page, and I post 2 or 3 of them a week. And then if they go to hashtag in wheel time unicorn, one word, it'll bring them all up on one page.
They have to like it?
Yeah, well, they can like it, but they can also just go to hashtag in wheel time unicorn, and it'll show all of them I've made. And there's probably close to 500 of them now.
Cool.
Let's take a quick break, and we're going to be right back after this.
As America gets back on the road, a lot of things have changed, but not the need for drivers to be safe. With that in mind, it's time to review our safe driving checklist. First, you're in your car. Check. You're sober. Check. You're wearing your seatbelt. Check. Your phone is put away. Check. Great. Make sure you follow the speed limit. And remember, law enforcement is enforcing traffic safety laws in our community to save lives. Paid for by NHTSA.
Advance Auto Parts and CarQuest present the Gary Merrill Memorial Pro Modified Race with a purse-busting $7,000 to the winner. Saturday night, September 26th at Houston Motorsports Park. Gates open at 5. The commemorative Air Force flyover and racing at 6. Wear your mask. We've got social distancing and sanitizer. Enjoy dollar hot dogs and dollar beer. Advance tickets online at NASCARHouston.com. Saturday night, September 26th. Gates at 5. Racing at 6. Houston Motorsports Park. The $7,000 Gary Merrill Pro Modified Race. Bring the kids.
Hey, it's the In Wheel Time Car Show. Thanks for joining us. We are live today down there at Woody's Waterfront Car Show at the Topwater Grille in San Leon, Texas. There you see a picture. And let's go down there once again, see if we can talk to the boys. Mr. Mars, what are we looking at there? Is that an AMG?
AMC. SST.
Well, it's a convertible, too.
Convertible.
Nice.
Well, okay, go ahead.
So tell us more about it.
We're looking for the driver, and it's showing it's
Well, we don't care about that. We just want to see the car.
Is the audio any better? That's the question.
Yeah, that's a little bit better.
It's a little bit better as long as you guys stand next to the phone or whatever it is that you're talking about. We love the, 13-window bus next to you, too. But let's look under the hood.
We start with the red drop top and kind of work our way down to the number one on the other side of the VW to talk about too. So we got the tap on the hood. I mean, this is the SST.
Well, Your sound is going away again.
The AMC made it.
Yeah, the audio is. I tell you what, Conrad is going to do the play-by-play here on this car because
your audio is just disconnected. And
yeah,
it's
and
so
your picture
hollow.
is freezing up, and it's just not good. So,
But they didn't make very many of these, and this would be a sister car to the AMC Rebel. And I don't know if this one was actually a Rebel or if this was the SST. But I'm going to say 70 model, 69, 70 model. What a cool car. And this would have been comparative AMC build to a Chevy Chevelle or the Oldsmobile Cutlass.
Not a Malibu?
Yeah, Malibu, Chevelle, all that same intermediate size car. But what a beautiful car! Pretty rare car, I'm assuming, because I've not seen many of those as well.
I don't think I ever have. Yeah.
So it's I think this might be called a Rebel SST.
Let's move over to the bus.
So let's look at the Volkswagen Bus because those are so collectible today. And this has got the upper windows.
They pay you big bucks for this.
Look at the matching luggage as well in there.
Nice.
And I'm assuming that's probably about a 1.6 liter flat four. And how gorgeous the interior of that is. And a very well-done engine. I can't tell. I don't know the size of the engines, but I know back then 1.6 or 1.8 would have been the size of it.
It also has the big luggage rack bolted onto
on
the top of it. All this stuff is very rare. You never see this.
Yeah, this is pretty rare because it does have the upper glass in it. And I know it's got a sunroof as well.
Yeah.
And I know all you Volkswagen aficionados, you're looking at this and you're yelling at me to tell me how many windows it is. And I'm hoping Jeff's counting the windows for me.
I lost count.
Because I know there's a 23 and a 21, and I think there's a 19 window out there, and that's got the tilt forwards, which means that I believe is a pre-65 with the tilt forward windows, and that was the way you air conditioned it.
You know what caught my eye?
You tilted the windows forward.
There's 21
64.
window. There it is
21
right there.
window.
What caught my eye were the handle grips on the backs of the seats.
It's to hold on tight.
I know. There
No
must not be
seatbelts.
So they get a whole like an old bus.
But that
1964.
is truly collectible. I'm going to say that's a very valuable car to have out there as a Volkswagen. And
I don't believe I've ever seen that car at any show.
No,
nice.
that's real. That's a gorgeous piece.
Yeah.
That is a gorgeous.
Okay,
car.
let's move. Ooh, what's that?
Let's look at the CUDA. Is that a show us?
That's just plumb crazy.
446 bay. That's
CUDA, yeah.
plumb crazy.
Plumb
huh?
crazy.
Wow, that's a gorgeous car.
And I think, 71, because in 70, they didn't have the boxed out grill. In 70, the grill was just all the way
right,
across. In 71, is
Right.
So he's got the original battery in it and the shaker hood. And is this...
Wooden steering wheel.
Yeah, probably. And I don't know if it's automatic or if it's he's about to swing around there, show if it's an automatic or a standard, because the automatic, because if it was a standard, it'd have the pistol grip shifter.
Yep.
But what a gorgeous car! I'm sure John Hovis is his mouth watering looking at this as well, and I know John's got a plumb crazy one out there. And I think those rear window louvers were factory on this car as a factory option, as well as the rear deck wing. Those were factory options on this.
By the way, I ran across in my J.C. Whitney catalog several of the louvers that you could get for your car back in the day.
So back then, this car would have been a 375 horsepower 440. So pretty beastly, and that was seriously underrated for what it would put out. But pretty beastly, and I'll tell you pull up next to one of these trying to do a little street race, and you better watch out because he's going to catch you if you're not real careful.
And if Mark Warman was here, he'd nitpick that.
Well, yeah, but he'd also start rattling off all the option codes on it. I'm not that good. Oh, is that a Myers-Manx?
Is it an original Myers-Manx?
Man.
No, I don't know if it.
Or is it?
But how cool. Now, well, you look at the suspension on that, so you know that's a much newer level. It's not a Myers. Is it? No, it's not a Myers. But still, how cool is that? How much fun would that be?
You're in Galveston.
Out there on, it is a Myers-Manx. Okay. So, but really upgraded suspension on that because that's untypical. Because generally that body would have been set on top of a Volkswagen Beetle chassis.
Correct.
But isn't the Myers-Max just the body alone?
The body is a
alone?
Myers-Manx, right? But this looks like it's bolted onto a much different chassis than what you typically see. And how beautiful is the interior? Well done. With the cage and the luggage area on it. but a tube frame chassis, and it's got a Volkswagen engine, but very, very well done.
That's built for the sand.
Yeah,
That's built-
seriously upgraded suspension.
That's
on
built
it,
for
though.
the beach.
I don't know as if you would take it is so nice. I don't know as if you take it to the beach.
Here you go, Don. It's a fat tire.
Oh, boy.
69 Camaro.
It's been tubbed.
It's
obviously.
been seriously tubbed. Do those rear tires make my rear end look big?
Yes, they do, as a matter of fact.
And okay. So you move the battery in the back to get a little weight transfer.
Look at how the striping goes through the back of the trunk.
Got a fuel cell back there. Yeah.
And the small spoiler on the back of it. Hi, Susie. Coming in, and then gorgeous color on that car. I'm just a fan of the blue car as well. Automatic, seriously modified dash and interior in it. It's got the houndstooth seat inserts in it.
My favorite.
Is it? Well, yeah, because you did that on the Corvair.
Corvair, yeah. I did. That is a very nice car.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
You know, I have to tell you that one of
was in the trunk, too.
I've mentioned this before, but Woody's Waterfront Car Show
Got me a big
attracts
block.
nothing but the finest cars down there.
Yeah, they get some real high level cars. So
Good group.
You know, nice big block. I can't tell how big it is, but I can tell you
It's
it's
big.
got aluminum heads on it as well. And what a gorgeous car! And it's got the Rally Sport front end on it. Oh, it is a 454. Okay, thank you very much. I'm glad you're listening because nobody else is. The Rally Sport front end on it as well really makes it quite unique to look at. And then,
Good stuff.
Here we go. Oh, gosh, don't get me going. I don't know. I'm going to say 37 Ford, 36 Ford.
Yeah, it's a 30 is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's got the teardrop headlights.
Well, the trick to that is that the crease that's down the fenders, I believe that's the same year model as Ron Stein's.
37.
Yeah.
Hey, I got one right.
You did. Nice work.
But it's got a Hemi,
Yeah.
which is highly unusual because so many people with
Put the
these
LS in it.
street rods put these small block Chevys
Yep.
or a big block Chevy in it, and to have a Hemi in it, look at the front end work on that.
That's pretty.
That is gorgeous. Look at the front grille as well.
And you
it's
can
a good
tell it-
suicide doors.
It's a good thing that they don't have curb stops there in the parking lot. 'cause
Well, you know
that
it's
won't-
bagged.
That won't work on that.
It's bagged.
Yeah. And, oh, my gosh, is that beautiful? But you got to think how many hours, thousands of hours worth of work was put into this car to create that interior, the dash, the line of the dash and the door coming across, putting the suicide doors on it as well.
Nice.
That's one of those cars that took years
Oh,
to
yeah,
get to
easily.
this point.
And
yeah.
look at the flip flop on the paint.
The pearl color on the paint with the gold in the pearl.
It's got a paper plate on it.
Yeah.
It's available for sale, or
There
he
you go.
just
Or he
bought
just
it.
bought it.
One of the
Boy,
other.
what a beautiful custom car that
Plated
is.
it to drive it down.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's an award winner there.
Yeah.
Big time. Yeah. Beautiful car. Okay.
Here's another 69 Camaro.
Yeah.
60. It's swing around front a little bit. And it, too, has a LS. And LS seems to be the popular engine of choice because it's such an easy install for most vehicles.
Well, and they make installation kits for almost every
Right.
car known to man.
Relatively inexpensive, and they're just a plug and play.
Well, you got to think they're so easy to find because they're in every Chevrolet pickup truck from
Yep.
79 or 99
Even a
through
crate.
today. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one's caged up as well. So
You should put one in your van.
it'd probably run better if I put one in. It'd run longer if I put one in my van. I wouldn't have all the issues I'm having with the fuel system on it now.
This one here's a race car. I mean, it's got a roll
Caged up,
cage in
got
it.
a shifter.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful car. That's very well done as well.
You know, the only thing that we're not able to do is hear it run. I'm hoping that it's got some really heavy lope to the engine.
Oh, I would imagine so. I'd like to hear the big block run that we saw just a couple of seconds ago.
The big Hemi.
Yeah. No, well, no, the
the 454?
Camaro, yeah. Well, beautiful car. And when you look at the back of that car and you see the black insert between the taillights, that was called the Berger insert. So the ones that came from Berger Chevrolet, they had painted that inset there between the taillights black in all of those cars, and that was their identifier as
Berger.
as a dealer modified car.
Wow. Did not know that.
And again, I'm going to say a 30s something Ford
Willis.
truck and 50. with a blower
56.
on it. With a blower on it, yeah. And and that's got the 40. Okay.
40.
And again, with the matte black interior and the blood red, or matte black exterior and the blood red interior. Again, very well done car. When you go bring a car to a show like this, and they're judged shows, and you got to think the judges at Woody's show are all the other people with their cars.
Right.
This isn't. He doesn't bring in the judges that go to Autorama. The people who get to judge your car are the people who have their cars in the show in different categories.
Your peers in the industry.
Right. So, what a compliment it is for them to. Oh, look at the sedan.
I know.
The delivery sedan.
You guys down there, I want you to hold that for a minute. We're going to cut away here, take a quick break. We're going to do Conrad's Car Clinic, and we'll be back down there with you at the top of the hour. So stay with us. And for all of you watching at home, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. If you're listening on a podcast, thank you as well. So stay with us. We'll be right back.